Hello, social media friends. I'm Viridiana Marquez with DRB Media Communications Digital News, and Danny Barrera has the story.
On Tuesday, February 21st, a historic work session between the Odessa Development Corporation, Ector County Commissioners Court, and the Odessa City Council was held at the Salisbury Conference Center inside the Science Technology Building at Odessa College. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss and gather information on several interlocal agreements that affect the city of Odessa and Ector County. The three governmental agencies discussed economic development, acquisition of property taxes, and sales tax on commercial and residential development.
So really what we're talking about is really this limited land inside of the ETJ, which is really mostly just property north and east of the current city limits. The rest of the county will remain untouched, and we'll continue collecting the sales assistance district taxes the same way as it always is. Really, this only pertains to newly annexed facilities. So really only the locations where it's current ranch land, and there could be some possible development there. But the only way to get development there is to come up with an agreement to where that these companies, these builders, these developers will want to come in and develop these areas.
During the last city council administration under Mayor David Turner, some parts of the industrial areas near I-20 in South Ector County, Precinct 4, were annexed into the city. It is reasoned if a company in Ector County wants city services, the business entity can request to be annexed.
We need to clarify this one thing, that the city cannot annex what isn't being requested. We can't arbitrarily just go annex a whole swath and people don't want to be inside the city. We can only annex what is being requested by the owner and only what they own.
Odessa Fire Rescue provides emergency services to Ector County. During the meeting, it was revealed that the city of Odessa has not been compensated in 2021 and 2022 for those emergency services rendered.
The county wants the sales tax, but what it doesn't want to do is doesn't want to provide the water and the sewer, doesn't want to provide the law enforcement, doesn't want to provide all the services, trash, codes and things of that nature. But the city is responsible to do that. We have to annex it. We have to have sources of revenue to be able to offset the cost.
People that plan to move to Ector County need to be educated in the services the county can and can't provide, as in Odessa Fire Rescue Emergency Services. Ector County Judge Dustin Fawcett acknowledges that the city of Odessa needs to be compensated for those emergency services provided, especially in West Odessa and West Ector County.
The city certainly wants to be compensated for it, and a lot of it comes from that study. And I broke down some of the study, and I think that they have a justified cost. They are making between 25 to 30% of runs out into the outside of the city limits, which a majority of them are to West Odessa. My concern is that we need to continue to make sure that West Odessa residents have certainly EMS services and certainly fire services. And I want to continue to make sure that we have those lives being saved. Now, the challenging part of this entire discussion is that counties are not constitutionally required to provide any type of fire EMS services. That's why you see volunteer fire departments. That's also why you see emergency services districts pop up, because you have folks who wanted to move out to the county and they didn't understand when they moved out to the county that you don't get fire and ambulance services along with it.
The work session between the ODC, Odessa City Council, and the Ector County Commissioners was to acquire information in hopes of moving the city and county forward. The next work session meeting will be announced for early spring or sometime in midsummer. For DRB Media Communications Digital News, Danny Barrera.
Thank you for following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and our website, drbmediacommunicationsdigitalnews.tv. For DRB Media Communications Digital News, Viridiana Marquez.